Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a beautiful week so far and a great Labor Day weekend. Be sure to let me know in the comments below how you've been doing lately. As many of you know from the post that I posted today on Instagram, I myself have been feeling and processing a lot of very intense, somewhat heavy, or sometimes very heavy energies that I know many of us have been collectively feeling. And the reason that I am sharing that with all of you is because I do want you to know, and not just to know, but to really understand on a deep level that you are not alone on this journey, that you are never alone, that everything you are experiencing serves some kind of a purpose, not just individually, but also on a collective level. I feel guided to share with you that if you are going through something that has you very much feeling in your head or feeling confused or feeling a lot of darkness, you overcoming this darkness is much more than you just somehow moving forward your individual physical lifetime. This is actually resulting in a lot of healing on a collective level. This is this individual process, this individual journey you are on, transmuting that darkness, that pain, those lower vibrational fear energies into light, is actually part of what is light working on a global level. This is light work happening on a very bird's eye kind of view, very global scale, and you are a key part of that. And I just want to share that because I feel this energy of many of us being stuck in these kind of individual places and spaces and heavy energies. And because of the circumstances of many of our physical 3D realities, we may find ourselves feeling very alone at times. So it's really my hope and my intention that through these readings and the podcast episodes I create, you can feel a sense of energetic community that you may not be able to find on a day-to-day basis in your 3D physical world. So I just wanted to pause and share all of that with all of you, and also just to express how grateful I am for this beautiful community we're creating here together, for each of you who is a very essential part of creating and co-creating this space here. So with all of that being said, that was a bit of a long-winded intro, but we are going to be doing a twin flame reading today for the Twin Flame Collective. So this reading is designed or created specifically for those of you who will resonate with being a twin flame or divine counterpart, just depending on what label you use to connect with this journey. I did kind of hear, though, some of you responding to that with a bit of confusion, because I know that not everyone who finds this video will be solidly, consciously aware of being on a twin flame path. You won't be 100% sure that you are a twin flame. Not everyone is at that point of certainty. But regardless of whether you consider yourself to be a twin flame or to not be a twin flame, I do believe that there aren't coincidences in this universe. So if you found this video, I do feel there is some message here for you. And as I was shuffling, one card just flew out, but before I get into the messages of that card, if you haven't already, be sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and also be sure to like the video, because by taking these two actions, by liking and subscribing, you are virtually signaling your energetic presence here, and I'm actually able to pick up on that energy and channel more specific messages for you and for your situation. So the first card to come out here is the Garden and the Gate. By the way, there will be an extended version of this reading on Patreon, so if you are connecting with the messages and would like to dive into the extended as well, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box. the garden and the gates. I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook about this, although I intuitively kind of feel where this is going. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked, while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. So I'm actually connecting with someone here. By the way, I do channel many different hyper-specific messages for individuals, so be sure to use your own intuition in determining which messages are for you and which are meant for others. Okay, so I instantly felt as I was reading these messages from the guidebook that I was connecting with very likely a divine feminine, although as many of you know, those energies, the masculine and feminine, can be reversed at times in your situation, just depending on where you and your twin flame counterpart are at individually at the moment. But I do strongly feel this will be a divine feminine for many listening, and I felt a sense of, well, a kind of a combination of energies from this divine feminine. This sense of divinity, connection to the divine, someone who is highly intuitive, highly spiritual, and actually very solid in that spirituality, really coming into her own. And yet, simultaneously, I felt this energy of loneliness, of I know who I am, but where are my people? That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this divine feminine. And I just heard at times this feeling of loneliness or isolation could even cause this divine feminine to question, am I on the right path? There could even be, for someone listening, interfering energies around this person. This could be ex-friends, literal romantic exes, family members who don't fully understand this person. And this could cause this divine feminine a lot of feelings of, I just heard, doubt within the knowing. It's like this divine feminine knows who she is. She feels very confident in this knowing, in her power. However, simultaneously, it's like there's very contrasting kind of negative forces both within her and externally that she senses almost trying to weigh her down or hold her back or take her back into smaller spaces, smaller versions of herself that she no longer is. And I just heard, I feel like I'm in the middle of warfare, but warfare, almost warfare with myself, with past versions of me or past energies, people who used to matter more to me, who used to be in my life in a more profound way. Memories of these people and places and experiences that I sometimes feel nostalgic for, but I know I can never return to. I see this divine feminine metaphorically looking back on these bridges that she's burned, and she burned these bridges for a reason. This was an act of courage. However, at present, there are times where she looks back at these bridges where they've burned and she imagines herself crossing back over them and feeling this feeling of familiarity, of comfort, reconnecting with people that used to understand her. That's like the energy I'm getting. It's like Spirit is guiding this divine feminine to remember that these places and people and spaces that she might at times be feeling nostalgic for or even longing for, she's actually outgrown them. These are outdated for her. She can't fit into them anymore because she's grown too far. She's come too far. She's awakened too consciously. She's become too conscious. But there's this part of her, perhaps it's a remnant of ego or just a natural reaction to living in this physical 3D world, but there's some part of her that feels this longing for places she can't return to. And on a soul level, she doesn't even really want to go back to them, but it's like she's feeling this kind of pull. And I heard frustration. I feel for this divine feminine, this could be very frustrating because I do feel she's grown very far beyond these places, spaces, relationships, or people, just depending on what these things are for you and your specific situation. There's like this frustration coming up here because she knows on a soul level that she has outgrown these things, and she's proud of herself for moving beyond these things. And yet at present, she's feeling this pull. Now, Magician in the Mirror came out in the reverse position, which is one of the 2 cards in this deck I associate with twin flame connections. The fact it's reversed tells me there could be something a bit unbalanced here between her and her twin in the physical, and this could actually be directly pertaining to what we spoke on before, these things that are pulling down or weighing down this divine feminine in some way, these potential interferences or negative energies, whatever the case is. Door to Spirit reversed also came up here. So I'm feeling, I heard this divine feminine say, sometimes it feels like I'm coming up against a wall, and I feel like that wall is almost a block to her own divine intuition. Again, this divine feminine is highly spiritual and spiritually connected and protected. However, at this time, there's something energetically taking place collectively that is causing this divine feminine to be a bit more intuitively blocked than usual. I just heard things appear to be unbalanced, but that's because they are actually coming into greater balance through these experiences of imbalance, which is so convoluted, but I do feel there's a really profound truth in there somewhere for someone. It's like someone's feeling unbalanced in some way, but this is actually a brokenness, a feeling of brokenness for the purpose of breaking their heart wide open. That's kind of a message that I'm getting for this person. Yeah, 6th chakra here in the upright position. It's almost like this divine feminine is experiencing blocks in her own intuition with that Door to Spirit reversed, experiencing this imbalance even potentially with her twin in the physical, because these experiences of imbalance are actually bringing to the surface blocks in her 6th chakra and her 3rd eye that are causing her to have more clear sight than ever before. I just heard, you're walking through the fog in order to get out of the fog. It's like you're walking, it's not an endless fog, it's something that you're walking through for the purpose of actually moving beyond it. And it's almost like this fog is a fogginess when it comes to clarity regarding this divine feminine's intuition. Yeah, 5th chakra reversed. I heard tongue-tied or like tongue-twisted or something like that. There could be someone who's been feeling, or their person has been feeling tongue-tied with them lately. Take it as it connects with you. But for most people, this 5th chakra, this throat chakra reverse card, I'm kind of getting this energy of, I'm not really being open about these difficult experiences. Like I don't know who to talk to about this. It's not that this divine feminine can't communicate about what she's experiencing. It's that I feel like she feels as though she has no one to communicate these experiences to. I feel like she is someone who at present is feeling misunderstood. Might not be exactly the energetically accurate word, because it's almost like she's feeling like I'm not sharing what I'm going through, because I know that what I'm experiencing is happening on a level of consciousness that many of the people around me in my physical reality have never touched or experienced themselves. So I know it's not that they're misunderstanding me, it's that what I'm experiencing is actually outside of the realm of their understanding. It's like if I tried to communicate this to them, I would feel like I was talking over their head in a sense. It's like the words wouldn't even reach them. Sometimes I feel like I'm speaking this alien language that no one understands, this language of my own. And it makes me feel like an outcast. It makes me feel like I don't belong here. And I hear this person, again, I keep saying divine feminine. It could be a masculine if this is connecting to you as a masculine. But I'm hearing this divine feminine say, I just feel like I don't belong here, and sometimes I don't even know if I want to be here. It's a very heavy cloud of energy. And I want to know, as the person reading into this, why? Because I do feel this fog, this cloudy energy, this feeling of sadness, confusion. It's here for a purpose. But I also feel this person experiencing it at times because of the way they experience it through their physical 3D body, consciousness, and emotions. Because of the way they might perceive it through the eyes of others, how other people might judge what they're going through or experiencing, they may be telling themselves that this doesn't make any sense, or that this is a sign something is broken within them or something is wrong with them. But that's not the case. That's some kind of illusion here that needs to be cleared out. So I'm actually going to go ahead and reshuffle these cards here, and I want to get some clarification as to why this person is experiencing this feeling of, I don't belong here. Let's see if we can get a card for this from the Rumi Oracle deck. Why is this person feeling like they don't belong here, like they're an outcast? Why are they processing all these dark, heavy energies right now? Layla, this is the card that came out. I'm going to read a little bit from the Rumi guidebook. This is one of the loveliest decks and guidebooks I have ever used. How I long for my thoughts to no longer make any sense to me. Then I can be rid of them like noisy house guests who have overstayed their welcome. Oh, the peace when they finally go. Their incessant chatter brings me no comfort. I crave the silence of you. Will you let me hear it? Will you run through the noisy house of my mind with your great muddy feet, so that I can now focus on something other than my mind for a while? Maybe you can make such a mess that I shall give up my plans and attempts at order completely. Wow, okay, that was the message. There's something here about things feeling so confusing. This is going to sound like such a strange message, but this is what I'm getting. There's something here about things feeling so uncontrollable, so confusing, so heavy for this person that they are finally capable of letting go. It's like through experiencing things, circumstances that they cannot control, that are absolutely beyond the realm of their control, they are learning to fully surrender, control, and trust the divine. Through experiencing absolute chaos that they can't even sift through or understand, they are learning to release their need to understand. In experiencing a kind of unsolvable problem, this person is being guided to learn how to no longer attempt to use their ego, their logical human mind to solve anything, but to realize that all of the answers have always been within them, that nothing really needs solving, that they can simply relax and trust and take that next step forward into the dark. I really hope that message reached whoever needed to hear it, because I do feel that someone really needed that message at this time of finding this reading. So now that we've spoken a little bit to this divine feminine who's coping with a lot right now, I do just want to get into general messages of what's happening in this twin flame connection. Okay, so right away, the attachment card coming out here. Attachment and happy family. These cards have been making their way through the deck a lot in my readings lately. Door to Spirit reversed, also coming out here again. So this is connecting me back to when we pulled this card earlier and we were speaking about a divine feminine whose intuition had been a bit foggy lately, or she'd felt a bit confused, which, by the way, if you've been someone who has been commenting or just thinking to yourself about these feelings of doubt or confusion you've been having recently. Perhaps it's even in regards to wanting to go back to a karmic situation or feeling like you flip back and forth in your head. Know that you are not alone in this and nothing's going wrong. You're not broken. There is something very deep level being brought to the surface and released here. And as I was saying that, the thinking woman just came out here. I do feel with all of this female and energy in these cards that we are still predominantly kind of speaking to a divine feminine here. The thinking woman, some presence or remnant of ego. I just sort of pull back to the ego self, so I don't see the ego dominating here. It's almost like this divine feminine is feeling like conflicted within herself. I want to know more about why this divine feminine is feeling conflicted, just to really bring all of these messages together. So this will probably just be for one person. It's a very random message, but looking at this attachment and happy family card, I instantly heard there is a divine feminine who is attached to the version of a person, relationship, or her family that she wants them to be, but this isn't actually who these people are. And whoever this message is for, you are someone who really sees the good in everyone and everything. And it's a beautiful gift that you have to see the good in others. However, you have been, in some sense, a bit energetically taken advantage of by certain people in your life who I'm hearing like you gave a lot of energy to these people, could have sought validation or approval from these people. This will be a different, whoever this is connecting with, this could be many different people or a single person in your life. It might not be romantic. It could be like an ex or someone romantic, but I'm also sensing it could be like a parent, a mother, a father, a family member, someone in your life. This is a very heavy and deep-seated, very unconscious energy, very much potentially like an inner child or like subconsciously stored kind of feeling in this person. And it's this feeling of desperately wanting to see the good in someone, which again is a beautiful gift, but to the point where this person actually sacrificed themselves and didn't really hold strong energetic boundaries. And I'm hearing that this person, it's almost like they're a bit of an interference negatively with you, with your energy, with your life, because you give so much to them energetically, but this isn't reciprocated positively. This could be a parent. I'm strongly sensing like a mother energy for someone, but this could also again be like a karmic situation, a lover, an ex-lover, a friend. This is someone that I hear you've continuously forgiven this person, tried to see the best in them over and over again, but this person has continually caused you pain. Like this is in like making me about to cry, this kind of energy. It's like this person makes you think that you're the problem when they cause you this pain. And they make you even wonder if something's wrong with you. You have difficulty relying on whoever this person is. You try not to rely on them actively because you know that you can't, but then every once in a while you do feel like you need them for something and they don't show up for you, and it causes you pain all over again. Whoever this message is for specifically, and again, this won't be for everyone, but the goddess of the moon just came out here and hostility is reversed. I just heard release, 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 like find peace within yourself, hold strong energetic boundaries with whoever this person is, because I just heard like leech in some sense, like leech is such a negative way to describe this person, but it's like this person unconsciously or consciously is kind of leeching off of your positive perception of them and your positive energy. And it's time for you to fully reclaim your power, to step into your goddess or God force energy, your divine energy. I also heard like your ability to be so sensitive to see the good in others, to be sensitive to the energies of others, is a beautiful gift, but it's also one that you need to protect, because when the wrong kinds of people or energies are around you, this gift can feel like a curse to you. That's the kind of message here I'm getting for this person. Very specific message for whoever that was for. Your guides must have really wanted that to come through. So I think that's probably what we needed to get from this set of cards here. I keep trying to reach for more specifically love and romance related messages. Okay, maybe some are coming through because door to romance just came out here. So what's going on in terms of love and romance relationship within this twin flame connection in the physical? What's happening here? Let's talk about what's happening in the physical and then get into what's happening on a higher self level. So what is happening in the physical in this twin flame connection? What's going on in the physical 3D world? Wow, guys, very positive cards. I just heard turning point. I heard door opening, and we actually have two cards with door imagery, door to romance and door to personal healing and happiness. By the way, I got the image of someone driving by someone's house or place of work and thinking of them. So this could be something your person did recently or something you did recently. I just got that strong image. Something is opening for us here collectively. What is it that's opening? What is this door opening? Goddess of the Moon reversed. So one thing that's opening, and I guess why we got all of those divine feminine messages, is because the divine feminine is experiencing some kind of a very deep level healing, self-empowerment, re-empowerment, remembrance of her true full power within herself, a full-blown opening within herself that I also feel is resulting, of course, naturally in a powerful shift in this twin flame connection as well. How is this divine feminine going through some kind of a powerful opening within herself? Cornucopia in the upright position. The card of wishes fulfilled, 1111 manifestation. Broken heart reversed, envy reversed. Divine feminine, whoever you are connecting with this, I know that many of you have been in a fog of confusion, potentially of doubts, of feeling a bit blocked, potentially energetically or even intuitively, spiritually. But this fog you're walking through, you are walking through, meaning you're going to get through it, meaning this is something you have to pass through, a kind of test of fire you have to pass through in order to experience this deeper level healing within yourself and this greater, more expansive opening of your spiritual nature that you came to this planet to experience in this lifetime. With broken heart reversed and envy in the reverse, this divine feminine is releasing, I just heard releasing the pain from your heart, which on the surface level could apply to some kind of a romantic relationship or even your twin flame connection. But what's happening is actually much deeper level than that. That's like what you see above the earth, like metaphorically. But what's happening beneath the surface is actually much more powerful than what you see above the surface in the physical 3D, because there's this very deep level heart chakra reactivation happening within this divine feminine, this heart chakra healing. I just keep hearing your heart is healing. Your heart is healing, and you carried around a broken heart so long you didn't even realize how broken it was. You can't even see the deep levels of healing that are taking place within you. I'm getting goosebumps all over just even as I say that. By the way, if that is connecting with you, specifically this message about brokenheartedness healing, heart chakra healing, I would really recommend my twin flame heart chakra activation subliminal meditation, because there is so much heart chakra blockage coming up collectively for the purpose of being seen, being acknowledged, and being healed. And this subliminal is really designed as a tool to assist you in reactivating that heart chakra energy through immersing you in binaural beat frequencies that actually resonate with pure heart chakra energy, as well as unconscious affirmations that are designed to really deeply reprogram your energy field, specifically around the heart chakra, for this more magnetic heart chakra connection, both in your life individually, and because this is a twin flame subliminal, this is also designed to increase your heart chakra connection with your twin. So the link to this twin flame heart chakra activation is in the pinned comment in description box. This comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com, which, as you can see on the screen, on this website, I have created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts like confidence and happiness, for material manifestations, for love and relationships, and of course, an entire section of subliminals for twin flames specifically. So again, the link to this twin flame heart chakra activation is in the pinned comment in description box, as well as any other subliminals I recommend during this reading. And you can try out any subliminal I've created free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. So woman holding a heart reversed here actually also came out as I was speaking. And I feel that with this broken heart reversed and woman holding a heart reversed, I heard your heart is healing by learning to let go. The envy card reversed also came out here, so there could be a divine feminine who was literally dealing with feelings of, I felt like metaphorically like the ground shaking in this romantic connection, or it feels that way. It feels kind of like a little bit of an earthquake, but it's not just with her twin flame. It's like this is something this divine feminine has been dealing with, this feeling of relational insecurity within herself that comes up in romantic relationships that's actually being resurfaced through her twin flame connection and transcended, healed. But this is a pattern, not even one that necessarily began with her, but something I feel this divine feminine picked up generationally. It could be something passed down through her family line, specifically the line of feminines in her family. This feeling of being unstable or uncertain, feeling anxiety within relationships. This is almost like a generational curse of the women or feminines in her family that is being healed in a very deep level way through her experiences in this twin flame connection. However, I do feel for some of you, this won't necessarily connect specifically to feelings of envy or jealousy or relationship insecurity. This could be much more general. How else could this apply? I'm trying to get more details on how else this might apply. Lack dissatisfaction. What is being released here for this person? Okay, so yeah, that's what I was feeling. Storm warning came out here. So it could just be in general feelings of never fully being settled, confident, and comfortable within a romantic relationship. This person I'm connecting with now, they may either find themselves in constant drama within romantic relationships, or like manifesting this constant chaos or confusion or challenging situations, never truly feeling like settled, happy, confident within a romantic connection. Again, this won't be for everyone. This is just one other way to take this envy card reversed in this context for someone who's listening. I'm actually getting the sense this could even be a divine masculine that I'm getting here who is actually healing his own heart and potential generational trauma by learning to manifest true stability within his romantic relationships. Whoever this masculine is, it could be someone who, I keep wanting to say seeks out chaos, but they're not doing it consciously. It's like they manifest these unstable relationships or romantic connections because they actually have this fear of connection. So this is their way of actually pushing away their counterpart. And this is something that's healing for this person. This is the heart chakra healing taking place for this masculine. So yeah, that could apply either way to you. And again, the masculine and feminine energies could be reversed in your situation. So just take it however it connects with you. I do now want to speak to the 3D self of both the masculine and the feminine, just to see what is going on in each individual counterpart's energy. So let's start with the divine feminine, since Door to Spirit reversed here came out, which came out several times prior for the divine feminine as well. So I just want to see if I can get some more clarification on this divine feminine who's been feeling a bit energetically chaotic or intuitively or spiritually blocked in some way recently. What else does this person, this divine feminine, need to know about what they are experiencing right now? What's going on with them? Okay guys, so 3 cards came out from the Starseed Oracle deck. This is one of the newer decks that I've been using, and take a deep grounding breath if you feel these messages are going to be for you, because they are intense ones. So the first card is, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. The second card is, water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. And the third card is karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So if you are a divine feminine who's been experiencing these blocks or feelings of heaviness, confusion, first of all, I feel part of the reason this is happening is because of these karmic situations that are coming up for the purpose of being healed. I know many of us have been confronting and processing a lot of karmic energy, either through our own physical 3D experiences or through the energetic processing of what our twin flame is actually experiencing at this time. So keep in mind that that could be part of what's going on here. But also there's something here about if you've been feeling particularly lonely or isolated, you are being taught that you are different for a reason, that your differentness from others is actually your most beautiful gift you have to give to the world, and you are being given a powerful portal of opportunity to fully embrace your spiritual gifts and to choose your own soul's path, growth, highest evolution over what potentially others may think of you, how others may perceive you, either individual people such as family, friends, co-workers, whatever the case is, or just society generally, like how you feel others will perceive your soul mission, your soul path, your purpose, and who you truly are. You're learning to stand in your own power, even if at times it feels like you are standing alone. And in a sense, this in itself is actually a karmic lesson that you're learning through this period of chaos, potentially even pain, heaviness, confusion. You are learning how to be alone, how to stand in your own power. Also with water your garden, I feel that part of why you could be feeling energetically depleted is because I heard it's like the ego is actually stepping in to judge what you are feeling. So you're being guided by spirit here to understand that you have your emotions and physical sensations for a reason. And I feel many of you may have difficulty fully connecting with this because you could be someone whose emotional experience or physical experience within your body has been invalidated by people in your past. So you could have had experiences where things that you felt physically or emotionally were chalked up to being in your head, to being made up, to being nothing, just generally invalidated in some way. And because of this, you actually lost a lot of self-trust within yourself, to trust your body, to trust your emotions, which are actually powerful signs and indicators. And you're learning to actually lean back into what you are feeling through your body, through your emotions, and being able to see those experiences within yourself with non-judgment, and then to care for yourself accordingly, regardless of what other people would think of what you are experiencing or how you are participating in self-care. Radical self-care, radical self-trust, radical choices, choosing in a powerful way your own soul's growth and evolution. These are the themes coming up here. Really beautiful messages for you, Divine Feminine, although I do feel for you because I feel this is also a very challenging and intense time for you. So I hope that brought you a little bit of clarity as to what you're experiencing. And if you would like to get into the higher self, Divine Feminine messages, I will be channeling more of that in the extended. But for now, because this is getting to be a longer reading, I am going to turn to the Divine Masculine and channel some messages for what the Divine Masculine is feeling in the physical 3D world. Okay, so what is the Divine Masculine feeling? Okay, the temple path came out here and I instantly heard realignment with your true path. And I'm also hearing this Divine Masculine, I just saw like the blinders being taken off of him. Like it's almost like he had tunnel vision, or couldn't see something that was really important, or couldn't really get that bird's eye perspective of his life or of this twin flame path specifically. But now it's like I feel clear sight, clarity, clairvoyancy in some sense is being given to this Divine Masculine. And I heard that this will happen unconsciously, subconsciously, before it happens consciously. So what I'm getting is, if you are a Divine Feminine listening to this, and you aren't quite sure whether your masculine is experiencing this clarity or not, know that you might not yet see the evidence of this shift physically, but it is taking place in a powerful way, energetically or unconsciously. Third chakra, the solar plexus chakra reversed, came out here. I just heard everything I once knew is shattering. This is a continuation of a theme that I really felt I was channeling in the last reading as well. Everything I once knew is shattering, but then I looked up in the darkness and I saw you, and I just see this spotlight on the Divine Feminine being that you, being that person that was seen through the darkness. And yet, at this moment, I know that you, beautiful Divine Feminine, are going through a lot, are processing a lot right now. And in some ways, you have found yourself a bit triggered into kind of an ego-based reaction space. And I feel that this masculine, when that happens, is feeling like this feeling of lostness within himself, for lack of a better word, because it's like he looked up and all he saw was the Divine Feminine. It's like I see him literally looking up through this metaphorical rubble of his life. I feel like he could be going through some kind of intense spiritual awakening, ego death, and then he looks up and sees this Divine Feminine. But when he reaches out for her, there's like this ego triggering that's happening here. She may even be triggered into this kind of ego-based space. So then he kind of like pulls back and withdraws and retreats kind of within. I see this kind of like back and forth triggering happening in the 3D, but what's actually happening energetically is this masculine is really powerfully realigning with his soul's path. In fact, for many, realigning for the first time in this physical lifetime with his true soul's path in some sense. These unconscious things, like there's so much happening subconsciously, so much healing, mending, programming, reprogramming happening for this masculine on some unconscious level. that I feel he's becoming a bit more consciously aware of whether he's communicating that or not. And I feel him like energetically really reaching out for this divine feminine. I hear him saying, I need you to be in your power. I need you to step into your power so that I can also step into my own power, so that we can step into that powerful, co-creative, divine space together. Also, 2 cards did fall out while I was speaking, or actually it looks like 3 cards. The sacral chakra card, the 2nd chakra in the upright position, man holding a heart, and the world card. I'm feeling for a masculine that there was a situation where he pulled away regarding physical or emotional intimacy with the feminine. It's like something about this scared him or caused him to pull away, or he could have emotionally or intimately connected to others. Yeah, attachment came out here. There was some kind of negative attachment going on here within himself, negative attachment, potentially even to a behavior pattern or a cycle within relationships. I heard stubborn. I feel like in his 3D physical self, he may have been stubborn about breaking this cycle. And because of this, I do feel it triggered the ego, the thinking woman, the ego of the divine feminine, and caused her to withdraw. But then now it's like this masculine is fully realigning with his soul self. It's like the blinders are being removed. He's realizing he's reaching out for this divine feminine. However, it's like ironic because I feel she was in her power, but because of the way that he was pulling away, because of this intimacy block or this physical block within him, or because of how he connected with others, this divine feminine actually stepped into her own kind of ego reaction space, which then caused the divine masculine to feel this sense of feeling lost, feeling alone, feeling sad. Again, whether he's communicating that or not, it's just ironic because there's this kind of back and forth triggering happening here. I heard right person, wrong time, or like right time, wrong place, or wrong place, right time. It's like 2 ships passing in the night kind of feeling in the physical with these twin flame counterparts I'm channeling here, where it's like they are so right for each other in so many ways, and yet somehow it feels to them like their circumstances are working against them. I heard, this is kind of a funny message, but it's like, I feel like because they kept or have had this triggering of each other, it's like one will be in their power and the other will be in this ego reaction space, which then is like a seesaw. It causes the other that was in their power to now step out of their power, to be a bit triggered and to react kind of from a space of ego. And then the other is in their power. It's like they aren't there at the same time. It's like, I just heard it's like, I feel like we keep missing each other. Like I'm there, but you're not. And then you're there, but I'm not. But I am feeling guided to tell you it's like all of this that I'm sharing with you right now, it's what's happening on this 3D level. And I know for whoever's experiencing this, it feels very confusing, very emotionally charged, very chaotic. But the rest and rejuvenation card and the victory card came out here saying, take a breath. Take a pause, relax, surrender, trust. This seesaw sensation you may be having, this feeling of at times back and forth triggering, is all okay. It's all going to level out. It's all going to be okay. You're going to reach this victory, but you need to really prioritize self-care at this time. Really refocus your love, care, energy, and attention on yourself. Really establish especially a meditation routine, whatever really works to clear your energy field of all of this chaos, all of these interfering energies. And the reason I say to meditate, especially in the morning, is because right when we awaken, our conscious mind is still somewhat dormant. We're still more energetically relaxed. So this is a great time to train your energy in certain more positive, more clear pathways that then stick with you throughout the day. So personally, I meditate with a 7-chakra energy clearing subliminal every single morning. I actually created this back in the fall and started using it before I had seen any success with my YouTube channel. when I was in a much worse off place in many areas of my life, and I truly feel that meditating daily with this subliminal is one of the single most greatest tools I used to powerfully shift my energy by clearing out these negative unconscious blocks I was storing within my 7 chakras, my 7 energy centers, and really to propel me forward into the life and the type of person that I wanted to become. So the link to the exact 7 chakra clearing I use every single morning is in the pinned comment and description box under this video if you'd like to explore that as a tool you can use during your own personal meditation practice. So I am just going to reshuffle all the cards here and see if we can get any final messages before heading over to the extended version of this reading. So what final messages can I bring forth for any twin flames who are listening to this reading? What does the Twin Flame Collective need to know at this time? Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, and I instantly heard ego death. Death of everything you were before. I'm once again being drawn back to that image of a divine feminine who burned so many bridges behind her. Remember that you burned those bridges for a reason. Remember that where those bridges, those now phantom, invisible bridges, because you already did burn them down, you can't go back. But even if you could, remember that you felt so small in those places. You felt so disempowered. You were not the powerful, strong, spiritually focused person that you are now. What else can I say for the Twin Flame Collective? Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. What a contrast here. Death to imagination. Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I see this transition here from death to imagination to abundance. And I heard this, many of us are at the moment in this middle phase, this imagination phase, this somewhat of a void, this phase in which we are envisioning everything we want for ourselves, for our life, for our twin flame connection, whatever the case is, where we have this beautiful vision. However, we're transitioning from this death, this ego death, this death of everything we were before. We're going through this metamorphosis, moving, shifting powerfully into this abundance, into this full recognition of our limitless nature, into this reclamation, reclaiming our birthrights of whatever it is we desire to create, to manifest, to experience in this lifetime. However, in between these two phases, this death to this abundance, we may feel this void. Embrace the void, embrace the unknowing. Embrace the feelings of fear generated by those small parts of your mind and your consciousness that are being processed out. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. To tap into the extended messages for this reading, where we will be channeling higher self-love messages from both the masculine and feminine side, as well as more details that come through for this reading, check out the pinned comment and description box. Also in those spaces will be links to the 2 subliminals I recommended during this reading, which were the Twin Flame Heart Chakra activation and the 7 chakra clearing. Remember that you can try out any subliminal I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website, soundandsoulful.com. Have a magical, wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.